Hi everyone, this is Vera from Soul's Enlightenment along with our beautiful Christina. And we wanted to talk about past lives, and one of the ones that Christina actually wanted to pick was Viggo. I can't never say his last name. Mortensen.
Yeah, he's had many roles, but one of my favorite is in Lord of the Rings. He played Aragorn.
Oh my God.
And he was perfect for that role. And I really wanted to know a little bit about, you know, if you could pick up on a past life about him. It just, I don't know. For those of you who might be Lord of the Rings fans and saw that movie, it just, that role was made for him.
For him, exactly.
And I don't know,
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah, the past life that I pick up on is with his horse. The horse from Lord of the Rings.
You know, this makes so much sense.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because we were talking also about how he wanted that horse and he bought the horse, right?
Yeah, and the horse was supposed to be a little difficult, but when he was around Viggo,
just calmed his soul.
They were just meant to be together because they were together before. You know, that was his sword in the Templar life. I mean, his sword, his
horse?
His horse in the Templar life. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So you know they've been together before.
That makes so much sense.
And I think even in other lives too, besides that one. But that's the one that comes to mind right now is the Templar life. And they went through thick and thin together. You know, and he made it. The horse helped him in so many situations, and vice versa. And they made it out alive.
Are you serious?
Yeah, a lot of Templars didn't make it, you know, because they were being crucified.
Right.
So yeah, they had.
So it was at that time because there were just Templars in so many, you know, for hundreds of years, right? But it was during that time when they were being crucified.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
And they made it out.
Yeah.
This is so
And they just
cool.
had this connection because the two of them were alone so much. You know, so it was just how would you say it? Like a relationship made in heaven, because that's his horse.
Information that Vera discovered not long ago. It's been a little while, but that animals do in fact reincarnate, and we sometimes have lives
with our pets over and over again.
Yeah, with these different animals because we form a bond with them just like we do with people.
Yeah. Just like my son with his dog that he had.
That was the story I was thinking about.
For 10 years, his American Bulldog, and he had that dog with him in World War I think it was. You know, they were together then. So, I don't know. I know that people have said, you know, Sylvia, one of them, that the animals don't reincarnate. But, you know, I never resonated to that. Mostly because of my son's situation, you know, because they loved each other so much.
Well,
and not that any other pet doesn't love their owner, but there was just something about that dog with him. You know?
Well, I just wanted to add too, Vera was mentioning Sylvia. She's talking about Sylvia Brown, who was a psychic, and one of the things though that she also said at one point was that angels don't have wings. And then a number of years later, she discovered, in fact, they do have wings. So this is a philosophy that's a living philosophy, and it's a growing philosophy. And she's mentioned that many times. I just wanted to add that.
Yeah.
So, you know, because the information builds and builds, and there's more. There's always more.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that's such an exciting adventure, to be a part of these new discoveries that keep coming out. But with Viggo, that's fascinating about him. Yeah. I wanted to point out real quick too that if I was going to hang something, a canvas in Viggo's home, it would be the call. And I'm usually recommending angels, but the call is when we all have a calling in our life. It's our purpose and what we're meant to do. It reminds me of his Templar life and his, you know, his purpose, and that's always in our soul. You know, it comes across on film. He might be an actor, but I don't know. He just plays that role too well. And also in the call, it's not only the call, you know, our calling, but she's with a horse. She's a medieval maiden with a horse, and that would be to show that special bond.
And he's an artist too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, paints and draws and does everything.
I didn't know that he did art too.
Yeah. See? Artists connect.
Yeah. So Vera, if you were going to pass on something to Viggo.
To Viggo, it's, you know...
Or people like him.
That have an animal that they know that they've been with before. You know, even though you may have had the philosophy that animals don't reincarnate, animals have souls. Animals help you in your chart. You know, so it's not wrong for you to think that your animal is here to help you too. The ones that you've been with before and had this history with, you know. So utilize that strength that you get from the animal, from your past lives. Like Viggo, with him, it was survival. And he helped, in this lifetime, his horse survive. You know, because he didn't know what was going to happen to his horse once the shooting was over.
Oh, wow.
So he had him shipped over. He bought him and had him shipped to the United States.
That is so neat.
Yeah.
That is so neat.
Yeah, so he rescued his horse in this life like his horse rescued him in the Templar life. So.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next Saturday.